It was quite a journey, actually, and I joined sort of at the beginning of the VAKT part of the journey, but there was quite a journey beforehand. And actually, what we are going to talk about is the difficulties and issues that we have in just working with a consortium. There are 12 consortium members now. So blockchain was the one thing that got everyone to the table. There was the conversations people tried to have many years over the last 40 years, but they've never really been able to deal with the trust issues. So blockchain gives you immutability, and immutability will provide support around the kind of invoice disputes. Tamper evidence, which will again provide support around that. It's trustless, which means that people can work in a peer-to-peer way on we have a private blockchain system where the system itself takes care of the notion of trust. And then it's secure. There's a huge amount of security. I don't think I've worked on a system either that has quite so much cryptography in it. It was quite a change. And actually, VAKT arose really out of this squeezing of the blockchain and the business promises, and VAKT popped out at the end. And without the blockchain, the conversations wouldn't have happened because we couldn't have actually guaranteed the business promises. There's lots of other technologies that we could use to make those business promises and implement the business promises, but blockchain, by its very nature, helps us to guarantee them, and we don't. It's part of the characteristics of blockchain. So, as Fran said, we selected the technology, we selected ThoughtWorks as the partner. I was the first employee. We have now 25 employees. We're building a nearshore team in Portugal, and ThoughtWorks has been with us throughout the whole journey, and now they are going through the transition process with us. And we built the first MVP. We selected the first MVP and built it in November. Second phase of that went live in February. So, this is a blockchain project that's gone live. I don't think there are many of those, to be honest. Not only that, it's an enterprise blockchain project. So, we have built something that is suitable for 24/7 globally and use by oil majors and trading companies. And that, as I said, there's not many blockchain products that have done that. So there are, I would say, a number of blockchain conundrums. So blockchain brought everyone together, but there are a number of consortium challenges that came out as a result of keeping the business promise. And when we go back through the blockchain pieces, and sorry to be slightly technical in the talk, but immutability means that data can never be deleted. That's the definition of it. That suddenly turned out to be a bit of a problem. Because what about your data retention policy when you have to delete data after 7 years? Oops, we didn't really think about that. Then obviously peer-to-peer privacy. So we're in a private blockchain, which means that Fran and I can have a peer-to-peer communication, and the data is between Fran and I. But then blockchain in general gives you replication everywhere. So if you delete a node in blockchain, you can just reconstitute your data from another one. But not in a peer-to-peer private blockchain, where if my node disappears and Fran's node disappears, then the data's gone. So actually, you have to build backups, which people didn't think about. And then also one of the very key problems is that part of the trust aspects of the blockchain means that our consortium members all felt, quite rightly, that when they came onto the blockchain, they could interact with each other there, and no one would know anything about it other than the peers who interacted, including the service company VAKT. Now, that means we can't, certainly when we went live, I remember sitting in front of the board and they said, "So how's it going?" I said, "I don't know." And they said, "Well, how many transactions have we got?" And I said, "I don't know." So, what are people doing? I don't know, because we had no way of measuring, no way of seeing inside or even outside the platform. The platform runs itself. Now, obviously, if you're a service provider company, then you need actually to have access to some of the kind of metrics. And we're working through now the conversations with our consortium members and our clients about what kinds of information we can see that help us manage and provide the system for them, which, of course, in a public blockchain all happens by itself, but doesn't give us access to the sensitive information that they wouldn't want us to have access to. So that's been a bit of a challenge as well. And I think when you come together, when the consortium sat together, these 9, now 12, which seems like the Last Supper to some extent, and talked about what would be great in terms of way of changing the industry by giving the kind of the characteristics of blockchain. They didn't think about so many things about managing it or dealing with the peer-to-peer privacy problem, or the fact that sometimes they might want to delete or change data.